Have you ever imagined a moment so full of love and joy that it could light up your entire life? Today, we share the heartwarming story of Mrs. Toan, a mother eagerly dreaming of the day her son Toan and Ly Tu Diem will have a child. From imagining the first tiny giggles in her arms to watching Diem and Toan's proud smiles, every moment is filled with tenderness, hope, and the purest happiness. Stay with us as we step into her beautiful daydream. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to follow this touching journey of love and family. Mrs. Toan sat quietly by the window, her hands folded gently on her lap, eyes gazing out at the sunlit garden that stretched beyond the glass. The soft rays of morning light streamed in, catching the delicate petals of the flowers and illuminating the warm, inviting space inside her home. She let out a small, contented sigh, feeling a gentle flutter of anticipation in her chest. For years, she had watched her son Toan and Ly Tu Diem grow together in love, witnessing the care, respect, and devotion they held for one another. And now, more than ever, her heart longed for the day when their love would bear the sweetest fruit, a child of their own. In that quiet, golden moment, Mrs. Toan allowed herself to drift into her dreams, imagining the soft coos and tiny fingers that would soon fill her life with unparalleled joy. She pictured herself cradling her grandchild in her arms, the warmth of the tiny body against her chest, the delicate weight of a new life that would forever bind her to Toan and Ly Tu Diem in ways words could never describe. The image was so vivid that she could almost hear the baby's faint cries turning into gentle laughter, feel the light brush of soft hair against her cheek, and smell the innocent sweetness that only newborns possess. Her heart swelled with tenderness as she imagined the first time her grandchild would look up at her with wide, trusting eyes, perhaps reaching for her hand with a grasp so small yet so powerful, connecting generations in one fleeting, perfect moment. In her mind, every detail of that future scene was bathed in warmth and light. She saw Diem gently rocking the baby, her face radiant with love, while Toan stood close by, his protective hand resting on Diem's shoulder, his eyes reflecting pride and quiet amazement at the miracle of life they had created together. Mrs. Toan could almost hear the soft murmur of conversation, the tiny coos, the laughter, the sounds of a home filled with love that seemed to ripple through the very walls. She imagined herself telling stories to the little one, her voice soft but filled with the wisdom of experience, while Toan and Diem exchanged smiles over her shoulder, their joy mingling with hers in a perfect harmony. Even in this imagined moment, the emotions were so overwhelming that she felt tears of happiness welling in her eyes. The longing she had carried in her heart for years, the quiet yearning for this family bond was about to be fulfilled in the most extraordinary way. And so she remained there, by the window, basking in the sunlight, letting her thoughts wander into that future of love, laughter, and the soft, precious presence of her grandchild. In that quiet, golden moment, Mrs. Toan allowed herself to feel a profound sense of peace, a sense that life, in all its unpredictable beauty, had something miraculous in store for her, and that soon the moment she had been dreaming of for so long would arrive, filling her heart with joy beyond measure. In Mrs. Toan's mind, the scene unfolded with a gentle, almost magical clarity. She pictured Toan holding the baby close, her arms wrapped tenderly around the tiny body, rocking it with a rhythm that was both soothing and instinctive. The child's soft coos and occasional hiccups seemed to fill the room with the melody of life, a song that Mrs. Toan could almost feel resonating within her own heart. She imagined Toan standing beside them, his strong presence grounding the moment, his hand occasionally brushing Diem's in silent support, his eyes soft but shining with the deep pride and wonder that only a parent could know. In that perfect tableau, the love between them was palpable, a force that seemed to radiate outward, warming the entire home, touching every corner with a sense of safety, belonging, and joy. The room in her imagination was bathed in sunlight, the rays falling in gentle patterns across the floor, glinting off the delicate features of the baby's tiny hands and soft hair. She envisioned Diem whispering words of encouragement and love, her voice soft yet filled with emotion, while Toan smiled, perhaps softly chuckling at a tiny yawn or the baby's tiny grasp of his finger. The thought of this simple yet profound interaction, the baby's small hand gripping Toan's finger, the baby's wide eyes gazing up in curiosity and trust, made Mrs. Toan's heart swell beyond measure. She could almost feel the warmth of the little body pressed against hers, the gentle rhythm of its breathing, the soft sighs and murmurs that marked the beginning of a new life, a new chapter for their family. In her daydream, the sounds of laughter and gentle chatter filled the room. Perhaps the baby would babble its first words to her, uttering "grandma" in a voice so innocent and pure that it would bring tears to her eyes. She imagined telling the child stories of love and courage, stories of family history and dreams, while Toan and Diem looked on, their faces glowing with shared happiness, the quiet pride of parents who had brought a new life into the world. Every detail seemed real: the soft clatter of a rattle, the rustle of the baby's blanket, the shimmer of sunlight on the floorboards. Even the scent of Diem's perfume mingled in her fantasy with the delicate, unique fragrance of the baby, a scent that would forever remind her of this perfect, fleeting moment. As Mrs. Toan lingered in her reverie, she felt an almost tangible connection to this imagined future, as though she could reach out and touch the warmth, hear the laughter, and feel the gentle weight of the baby in her arms. Her heart raced with anticipation, and yet it was a calm, fulfilling kind of joy, the kind that only comes from imagining a dream that is so close to reality it almost feels like it has already happened. She knew deep down that this vision was more than just a dream. It was a promise of love, continuity, and the enduring bonds of family. And in that imagined room filled with sunlight, laughter, and the soft sounds of a new life, Mrs. Toan felt the purest form of happiness, one that would linger in her heart forever, shaping the way she would love, protect, and cherish her family in the years to come. As Mrs. Toan lingered in her daydream, she allowed herself to sink even deeper into the warmth of the imagined moment, feeling the full weight of joy and anticipation pressing gently upon her heart. She pictured herself finally holding her grandchild in her arms, the tiny body so fragile and yet so full of life, a new presence that would forever change the rhythm of her days. The baby's soft sighs and occasional giggles became the music of her heart, each sound echoing like a promise of enduring happiness. She could almost feel the gentle tug of tiny hands exploring her fingers, the delicate brush of a cheek against her own, and the comforting weight of trust and love that only a child could give. The thought made her heart swell with an emotion so profound, so complete, that it seemed to fill every corner of her being. In her imagination, the room glowed with a golden light, the morning sun streaming through the windows, reflecting off the polished floor and illuminating the tender expressions on Diem and Toan's faces. Diem cradled the baby with effortless grace, her eyes soft and full of wonder, lips curved in a smile that spoke of endless love and devotion. Toan, standing close by, glanced at his wife and child with a look of quiet pride, his hand resting gently on Diem's shoulder, an unspoken vow of protection and support shining in his eyes. Mrs. Toan could almost hear the laughter of the baby mixing with the soft murmurs of conversation, the room alive with the kind of harmony that only comes from family bonds forged in love and care. Every detail, from the tiny socks on the baby's feet to the gentle rocking of the crib, seemed imbued with magic, a perfect harmony of life, light, and joy. She imagined herself whispering to the baby, telling stories of courage and kindness, sharing the wisdom of a lifetime with the newest member of her family. Toan and Diem watched with radiant smiles, their eyes reflecting pride and an unspoken gratitude that life had brought them to this moment. Even the smallest gestures, the baby's first tentative grip of her finger, the tilt of Diem's head as she sang softly, Toan's quiet chuckle at a tiny yawn, seemed to carry the weight of eternity, moments she would treasure forever. Mrs. Toan felt as if time itself had slowed, allowing her to savor every heartbeat, every breath, every touch of the child she had longed for. Tears of pure happiness welled in her eyes as she realized that this imagined future was more than a dream. It was a promise, a vision of life's greatest gift unfolding before her. She felt a profound sense of peace and fulfillment, knowing that the love she had nurtured in her family would now continue into a new generation. In her heart, she embraced the certainty that this moment, when it arrived in reality, would be the pinnacle of joy, the culmination of years of hope, patience, and unwavering love. And so, Mrs. Toan remained there, by the sunlit window, smiling through tears of anticipation, her soul overflowing with happiness, her heart beating in rhythm with the dream that was on the verge of becoming reality, a dream in which laughter, love, and the tiny presence of her grandchild would fill her world with unimaginable delight.
Hello, xin chào tất cả các khán giả của kênh Lý Tử Diệm Review. Vậy là mẹ của Toàn đã có những giây phút ngồi tưởng tượng ra cái cảnh tương lai khi mà bà được bế cháu nội của mình, đó chính là con của Diễm và Toàn. Chỉ cần nghĩ những giây phút đó thôi là bà đã cảm thấy cuộc sống rất là mãn nguyện. Mọi tình tiết hấp dẫn về Diễm và Toàn sẽ còn được kể ở các video tiếp theo. Các bạn hãy bấm vào nút subscribe để đăng ký kênh, sẽ nhận được thông báo mới nhất về các tập phim sẽ được phát sóng hàng ngày trên kênh nhé. Cảm ơn các bạn rất nhiều. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.